Shalom Aleichem, Chodesh Tov, and the Git Chodesh. Mishnah Yomi continues in the 7th chapter of Yoma. Mishnah Hey, Kohen Gadol Mishamash Bishmona Kelim. The high priest serves in 8 garments. The Hahediot and the regular Kohen Be'arba in 4 garments. Now the Mishnah explains, B'ketonet. The ketonet is a tunic or robe, went all the way down to the floor. Michnasayim, the famous pants worn under the robe. Mitznefet, a turban. Ve'ovneit, and a belt. Now these garments are described in more detail in Tetzaveh. If you see the Rashis on Parshas Tetzaveh, he talks about these kelim and these additional ones. Mosif alav, he adds to them Kohen Gadol, the high priest, choshen. The choshen is a breastplate. Recall it had different special precious stones on it. Ephod, an ephod is like an apron that was attached to the breastplate, kind of like a cape. It ends up. You see Tetzaveh. You see some of these chumashim have pictures. Me'il is the special robe with the bells and the pomegranates on the bottom hem. V'tzitz, and the tzitz was the head plate worn on the forehead, right under the tefillin shel rosh that said on it Kodesh Lashem, the golden front plate on the forehead. Now, if it ever happens that the tzitz of the Kohen Gadol falls on the floor and your own tefillin falls on the floor, you know which one you pick up first? Your own tefillin, because it actually has more names of God, more Shemot of Hashem in your own tefillin shel rosh than in the Kohen Gadol's holy golden tzitz. Now, in this parak, we've been describing the big day Lavan and the big day Zahav. So the Kohen Gadol wears the big day Lavan in the Kodesh Kedoshim and the related services, and those are actually the first four that the Kohen Gadol wears. Those are replicated in the big day Lavan that the Kohen Gadol wears in the Kodesh Kedoshim, and the 8 garments is the big day Zahav that the Kohen Gadol wears during the outer services, not the Kodesh Kedoshim related services on Yom Kippur. And the Mishnah concludes here, Be'elu nisholin b'or v'tumim. And the Kohen Gadol has to wear these 8 garments when he asks a question of the Urim v'Tumim. Ve'ein nisholin elo lemelech lebeit din ulemi shetzibur tzorich lo. And we only inquire of the Urim v'Tumim to the king or the Sanhedrin or somebody that the public needs an answer about. The Bartanura gives the example of the Meshuach Milchama, the Kohen anointed to lead the nation in battle. We actually learned about him at the end of Masechet Sota in the Daf Yomi. It was a Kohen whose job was to be sort of the chaplain for Tzahal. The chaplain for the army was the Meshuach Milchama, and he might also need to ask the Urim v'Tumim. Now, the Urim v'Tumim, there's actually Machlokes Rishonim exactly how it works, but it seems that prophetically, the letters that were on the choshen, on the breastplate, would light up to answer questions that were posed to it, if it was a worthy question. One of the well-known instances of using the Urim v'Tumim to consult Hashem was when Eli HaKohen saw Chana davening, whispering to herself, and asked, what's going on, and the Urim v'Tumim had the letters Kishera or Kisara, and he thought the same letters were Shikura. So he thought it meant she was drunk, and it really meant she was davening for a child like Sarah, or she was a kosher woman davening her heart out to Hashem to have a child. Mazel tov, let's go on to chapter 8, Yoma Kippurim. Now this is very interesting because so far in Yoma we have been following the Kohen Gadol and the Avodah in the temple and the goats and everything about the Avodah, but now chapter 8 is about you and I and everyone on Yom Kippur. Yom Kippurim, Asur Be'achila. We don't eat, b'shtia, or drink, b'rechitza, or wash, b'sicha, anoint the skin, b'ne'ilat sandal, wearing the sandals. We'll see this means leather shoes in general. Tashmish Shemitah, and utilization of the bed in a marital manner. V'hamelech ve'kola yerchatzot penehem. The king and a newlywed bride, they may wash their faces normally. The Gemara explains it's very important for them to keep up an appearance, to have a good appearance in front of everyone or in front of her new husband. The achoya tinel at the sandal, a woman who has just given birth, she may wear a sandal because the cold on her feet might be harmful for her. She's in a more vulnerable situation. Divrei Eliezer, chamim osrim. This is according to Rabbi Elazar. He's makel about these three, but the sages say even these three, even the king and the kala and the woman who just gave birth, they cannot partake in any leniencies on Yom Kippur. So more about the practical aspects of Yom Kippur to be continued tomorrow. Chodesh Tov and Zai Gesund.